All that aside though, the costumes are so cheap looking and the overall aesthetic of this film is something that I didn't really enjoy. I can't really think of a way to describe it, but it was just like, I just didn't like, it just felt very cheap. It felt very cheap. One part of the film is that her father gives her this like necklace that turned out to be a collaboration between Disney and Rock Club. And it's just like, I feel like they showed it so much that I just knew that when I Googled it, I would be able to find somewhere where I could purchase it. And it stood out to me because it just didn't really mesh with, I guess, the aesthetic that comes to my mind when I think about Snow White. And they showed it so frequently that I just knew it was something they were selling. And that just made it cheap. You know, I think the thing with all of these like remakes is they're all kind of like cash grabs, right? They definitely changed around the love interest. He goes from this guy to this guy who I'm just not as much into this guy, I guess I'll say. Because one thing I wrote down about this guy was that he was unremarkable, which sounds like a mean thing to say about a person that is real. But you know, there was just something that Florian did for me that this guy just really doesn't. So yeah. I know this is kind of stupid, but I went to the El Capitan and I forgot that like Snow White was like a kid's movie that like would have kids in it. And I did take note of the fact that it seemed like a lot of the children didn't really like pay attention to the film. Like I felt like there were a lot of like very hard hitting emotional moments that I could hear people like having entire conversations through. There was one point where I heard a kid being like, "Is that Dopey?" in reference to the one of the dwarves. So yeah, I think some of the kids probably didn't get some of the changes. Also, Gal Gadot is fucking terrible in this movie. God, she's just so bad. It's so like